January and May, and after May they start going down. Well, that is the hope of every Kenyan. However, others feel that COVID-19 pandemic could have resorted to some global supplies constraints, resulting to a spike in the retail prices of cooking oil, wheat, and rice. Well, those are like the main dishes Kenyans consume. So I think government should take a close look at this and act accordingly.
Yes. We do agree on that. I think each one of us agrees on that. Then there's a political headline, which is the main headline, and that is titled "The Indecisive Kingmaker." This is, of course, in reference to Kalonzo Musyoka. All eyes on him. He has courted, negotiated, and consulted for months on end, leading his political suitors down a never-ending game of cat and mouse, and generally playing hard to get. But for how long can Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is estimated to be worth 2.1 million votes this year, keep raising the stakes? That is a story that continues on page 4 and 5. I am a big fan of the way these stories are written sometimes. I mean, listen, who is estimated to be worth 2.1 million votes this year?
Quite an estimation there, but
it is a different kind of way to measure a man.
Well, just a brief of what's happening in the Standard newspaper. We have on the top right, Sabina sues to stop IEBC pro on rigging claim, a story that is on page 16 of the Standard newspaper. We have fear rules in ghost town of Samburu, that is in the counties, page 34. And a big one here, which is happening tomorrow, it is the Sagana 3. And Sagana talks turning point for Raila and Ruto. Well, if President reveals what caused fallout with his deputy, he could swing large part of Mount Kenya to shift alliances, especially if he signals revival of his party. Tomorrow's meeting is critical, coming just days before Jubilee and ODM delegates conferences expected to endorse Raila for State House. And we've just mentioned about the demand for lower foods. It's on the lower side of the Standard newspaper, and on the left there is a Livondo claims he has given evidence to DCI. All these stories are stories we'll be checking out in a few.
Yes, and the other headlines in the headline page of the Daily Nation, there is Kenya Kwanza and Azimio clash on high cost of living and runaway debt. This is a story that has been developing in the media, where both camps seem to be, well, still doing what they always do, and that is blame certain elements, aspect of the country on each other. Then there is my 31 years in prison. That is the story of Samuel Kahiga, who was imprisoned in 1991, sentenced to hang after being convicted for robbery with violence. But last week he secured his freedom through a court process commonly known as resentencing. A story on page 2 and 3. And on page 6, we have witness in Geshero trial implicates Ruto in bribery scheme, where witness P0341 tells trial court that the bribe he was given came from and had been approved by the deputy president. Well, those are quite some interesting headlines in the Daily Nation.
On the page 5 of the Standard newspaper, we have handshake to blame for painful country's debt burden, leaders say. Well, just to point a quick one here, Kenya Kwanza Alliance leaders claim that the country's debt has shot from 4.5 trillion to 11.7 trillion, and they have asked National Treasury to ensure no more loans are taken before the August election. This was said yesterday during a meeting in Meru, where Deputy President William Ruto, Ford Kenya leader Moses Wetangula, and Amani National Congress Musalia Mudavadi were present. And the story continues to explain the difference between June 2013, where it was around 4.5 trillion, to up to right now, that is 2022, it is 4.5, it's 11.7 trillion after, they say specifically, after the handshake. And a quote unquote here from Kenya Kwanza Alliance leaders is that the National Assembly and Senate must avoid any further strangulation of Kenyans with additional debt by refusing any request for approval of a new debt ceiling. Well, this is a story you'd want to catch up. And Mudavadi says, if their opponents in the elections are serious about devolution, they should ensure that all proposals sail through in Parliament. That is the ceiling debt proposals. Yes.
Well, but I think it should be said that as we read and listen to these politicians, it is crucial that we remember that this is a campaign period, and not all statements and figures are facts. For everything that your politician says, I urge you to go out there and seek out the truth, because sometimes they may be exaggerated, as they usually are, because it gives them political mileage. And that is a story that is that will form the basis of our hotspot talk this morning, because we want to see if really the handshake and the public national debt is really what is to blame for the high cost of living, amongst other things that Kenyans are facing, or there are some other factors that have contributed to the same thing. That is a conversation that will be happening a few minutes from now, and it is one you really do not want to miss. Now, on to page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. Kalonzo, the indecisive kingmaker in August polls. In the talks, I will face everybody, even if it is Mr. Odinga, and I will ask KANU Chairman Gideon Moi to witness the talks, since he is an honest man. That is a quote by Mr. Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, with the region's vote expected to increase to 2.1 million, the Ukambani votes are perhaps the single best block bankable by someone other than Mr. Odinga and his main opponent in the race to succeed President Kenyatta, Dr. Ruto. And there is also the Kamba community in Nairobi, Mombasa, Kwale, and Taita Taveta counties, which is also largely swayed by Mr. Musyoka's political position. This story goes on to explain why Kalonzo is being called the kingmaker in this year's elections, because whichever one of the two major horses in the race to State House receives his support will have made it, or at least that's what it seems like. It seems like whoever receives the backing of Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka will have made it. Now, when I say that I love the way these stories are written sometimes, this is what I meant. Listen to this, and this is really the way to start your morning. Listen. But like an unwilling bride, the man from Tseikuru, the hilly land of Ukambani, where the sun burns bright and the wind blows light, has remained indecisive on whether to join Mr. Odinga's Azimio la Umoja or go it alone, having ruled out a coalition with DP Ruto.
Well, I'm smiling because there has been talks about Kalonzo meeting up with the Azimio leader in Mombasa. And well, Kalonzo says, I went for breakfast at a hotel where Gideon was and met Raila by chance. I only greeted him and had my breakfast at a separate table. Well. Okay,
two questions. Two questions. He went to a hotel where Gideon was and met Raila.
By chance.
By chance.
Yes.
So were Gideon and Raila there also by chance?
Probably.
Or was it something that was orchestrated?
Well, especially where he says, I greeted him and had breakfast in a separate table. Wow. Kalonzo is an interesting character. And then he says, there is no need to rush a coalition packed with Azimio. In fact, we want them to join us. We must have an honest discussion. If I meet Raila, I will ask him to support my presidential bid this time after backing him twice, he said. Well, that statement alone blows up every other conversation that there was of Oka joining Azimio. Because I don't know how that will work. I'd love to see Raila bend low to, not really like bending low, but opt out to support Kalonzo. I would call him patriotic for that.
Well,
I wish it would. That's my opinion. Though.
It is the same thing as Honorable Ruto supporting Honorable Mudavadi. It's something that
but this
will not happen.
It's a bit different because we've known Kalonzo to have backed Raila for quite many times. So seeing Raila reciprocate that, wow.
That
would be an earthquake. It would be a real earthquake.
That would be an actual earthquake, and it would make for a very interesting conversation on Hotspot. But until then, we just wait and see what happens. Now, on to page 10. Surging food prices plunge more Kenyans into hunger. There is a table at the bottom of the page, which is KNBS product price shillings on one side. Then there is comparison of the product from 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 19, 20, 21 and 22, with currently and the last column being the current market prices. And the products being looked at are 1 liter of cooking oil, 1 kilo of beef, 1 kilo of sugar, 400 grams of bread, maize flour and 1 kg of skuma wiki. To give the greatest comparison, I think I will highlight what the prices of these commodities in 2015 and what they currently are. So 1 liter of cooking oil in 2015 was 219.29 shillings. It is currently retailing at 326 to 346 shillings. 1 kilo of beef was 397. These were the good days.
Yeah.
1 kilo of beef was retailing at 397 shillings and is now retailing at 600 shillings. 1 kilo of sugar was retailing at 115 shillings and is now 124 to 138. 400 grams of bread in 2019 was 48 shillings and it is now at 52.60 shillings. 1 kilo of maize flour was retailing at 103.65 shillings and it is now 123 to 145 shillings. And 1 kilo of skuma wiki was retailing at 37.1 shillings and it is now at 60 shillings. The story continues on page 10. There are so many more details in there. It is a story that you may want to read, and if you do, grab yourself a copy of the Daily Nation.
Well, a story drifting away from that is the big story about Sagana 3 meeting, which is supposed to be happening tomorrow. And some of what is expected is that the president will be revealing what happened between him and his deputy, from the bromance to calling each other names. Everybody is, especially Mount Kenya residents, they are really eager to know especially what transpired. But according to this writer, the president has taken a different approach compared to his successor, retired President Moi, who refrained from openly campaigning for his preferred successor in 2013. Instead, Uhuru has thrown hat into the ring, leaving no doubt that he intends to play a central role in succession. Well, Ruto has been wooing Mount Kenya region, but a revamped Jubilee party will complicate the maths in presidential race. And we also hope to see whether the rise of Jubilee Party will be so vibrant in tomorrow's Sagana 3. And just to remind you that there was Sagana 2, where there was defiance during BBI, and there was that feeling that Mount Kenya will not support Uhuru because he was on the BBI side. However, after he held the Sagana 2, he managed to somehow convince the delegates and the MCAs to pass the BBI, and that prevailed. Let me quote unquote, he prevailed and all Mount Kenya county assemblies approved the amendment bill, only for it to be stopped by the courts. However, its proponents appealed in the Court of Appeal and later Supreme Court. A verdict by the Supreme Court is expected any time. During the Sagana 2, Uhuru pleaded with Mount Kenya leaders to delink his succession politics from the BBI process, something that has never left their mouths. They still feel that BBI was Raila's project. It's still Raila's project, and Uhuru is pushing the Raila project. So I hope that is something he will also be able to demystify. And his counterparts from UDA says, this is Irongo Kangata, who is Moranga senator. We welcome the president to the region. We shall listen and give him audience. And since he will not be on the ballot, UDA is preparing for an epic duel with a Tinga or Raila Odinga. However, in an interview, this is an interview with one of the media houses in Kenya, Majority Leader and Kipipiri MP Amos Kimunya acknowledged that UDA had captured a large following in Mount Kenya. He, however, said that the president throwing his weight behind Jubilee, the party would regain some of its lost ground. There will be so much anxiety tomorrow, and it's still there. We hope to see who will attend and who will not. One, because all these are elected leaders and they have a right to meet their president. And we hope to see. Sagana too had issues with who was invited and who was not invited. And let me quote Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga, who is a supporter of Ruto. He said that only Ruto was capable to ensuring continuity of the projects initiated by the Jubilee administration. Ruto has stood with Uhuru for a very long time, and it's only fair for him to Uhuru to reciprocate. We don't want Raila's history, since the only history we need is the Nakuru Declaration. Ya Vyangu 10, ya Ruto 10. Well, there is that narrative that has been that is being peddled by the UDA formation, and they have been, especially on the food prices, and Rigathi Gachagua has been quoted saying that tomorrow we do not expect Uhuru to come and talk about succession politics. In fact, we urge him to talk about development and such kind of agenda. Yes.
Well, I do not think that those are the topics he will be talking about. Well, he may touch on them, but then again, we know the main agenda for the talks. Now, on to page 12. Ruto's proposals on budget set the stage for clash with Uhuru. The DP wants the budget amended further to caution farmers by allocating 5 billion subsidy to lower the cost of fertilizer, as well as 2 billion for drought mitigation. There's a small insert there, budget, what Kenya Kwanza wants. This is one, to allocate 5 billion shilling subsidy to lower the cost of fertilizer, and 2 billion for drought mitigation. Two, to increase allocations to counties to 495 billion, up from 370 billion. 3, to double the allocation for the Higher Education's Loans Board to enable more students to benefit. And 4, set aside an additional 2 billion shillings for the livestock offtake program. That is a story that is on page 12. It is one that, well, continues on the story of economics that we were touching on earlier on. Mr. Mudavadi said an additional 2 billion for the livestock offtake program should be included in the budget for 2022-2023 financial year. Kenya Kwanza leaders said the deteriorating security situation in the country could be attributed to underfunding of the National Police Service and lack of autonomy. Then, at the very bottom of the same page is Raila trashes debt ceiling claims. He singled out a Mani National Congress leader, Musalia Mudavadi, who served as the finance minister between 1993 and 1997, and accused him of insincerity on the public debt debate. The most recent quarterly economic and budgetary review published last November showed the public debt on 30th September 2021 was at 8 trillion, but these figures are provisional. Now, this is what I was talking about when I said that we should really be careful about what our politicians say during the campaign period, because now, on one side, we have Mr. Mudavadi, who claims that the amount of debt that we are in right now is 11 trillion point something. And then comes Honorable Raila Odinga, who says that that figure is at 8 trillion as of September 30th last year. So again, please be very, very careful in believing what your politician says, especially during this campaign season. Now, there are those two stories on page 12 of the Daily Nation, and you can get it and read them in more detail.
Well, I'm on to the cartoon on the Standard newspaper, and there is Samia there. She is Tanzania's president, and sitting before her is a set of gentlemen, precisely 5 gentlemen, and it is written opposition. And I don't know who's offering this gift. I don't know whether it's the gentleman or it's Samia who is offering who the gift. However, this gift is on a rat. What is this called?
It's a rat trap, yes.
A rat trap. A rat trap. And there is a gift wrapped very nicely. But upon opening, you get stuck on the rat trap. I don't know whether this is about Kenyan politics or Tanzanian politics.
I think that is Tanzanian politics.
Yes.
I think the gift is from Samia to the opposition, because then if the opposition grabs it, the rat trap would snap and trap them.
Well, and there is always this small man.
What is it? He's
What is
curious.
it?
Kind of
He's
like
curious.
urging the opposition to go ahead and open the gift.
Wow.
He is only interested in seeing what is inside that.
But relating to Kenyan politics, this is what's happening. Like opposition, either party is offering the other party to come and join the political alliances. But if you read through what the terms are for the coalitions, they are seemingly like such a trap. Yes.
Indeed. But that is, I believe, because these allies, these alliances are formed around pushing one person in the alliance towards State House. Now, still on the cartoon, the one in Daily Nation on page 16, there is a man in one of those cowboy hats standing inside a basin. And he has a brush and he's scrubbing his back, and then there is there's a packaging, and it kind of looks like Omo back in the day.
Yeah.
The packaging looks like Omo back in the day, but instead of Omo, it is written Azimio with the quote white as cotton, and then there are all these bubbles around the man, and there's a podium, and he is saying, "I'm not a project." Well, like always, we will not be seeking to make to put a name or a face to the cartoon.
Why is he washing his back while addressing people? What is
I have no idea.
Like, why should you be addressing people while you're taking a shower? I mean, however, he's taking a shower fully clothed, like scrubbing dirt off him. Anyway, it's an interesting one.
It is an interesting one. Now, at the very back of the Daily Nation is another story. MPs propose more cash for primary schools. I feel like this is where the money really should be focused on.
Sure.
Head teachers have been complaining that the 1,420 shillings given per learner was not enough. And 5,000 is the number of secondary school teachers that TSC is seeking to recruit to plug the shortage. The document has been approved for tabling. The report was prepared by the committee that is chaired by Kieni MP Kanini Kega. It follows proposal by the Education and Research Committee, which observed that the cost of education had risen. Well, it's no shock. I mean, the cost of everything else is rising. So it just goes to show that the cost of education will also be on the rise, and it has in fact been on the rise. And now the head teachers are saying that the amount given to them per learner is not enough to sustain them, so that amount should be raised.
Well, drifting away from politics and everything is a story this story, we had mentioned this story earlier here about someone who was killed over 6,000 shillings by their employer. And the story is on, the proceedings are still ongoing. And A quote-unquote here from Vihiga police boss says, every person has a right to justice regardless of their crimes, and it is only the court that has the legal mandate to pass judgment against individuals. And he continues to say, the suspects or any other person found taking law into their own hands will be dealt as criminals. In the defense of the deceased, the nephew says, my nephew denied stealing anything from the suspects, but we are willing to pay for the items as a family because the suspects threatened to harm him. Well, this is a sad story, and it's always sad when people take law into their hands, and I wish, just as Benjamin Ongombe, who is Vihiga police boss, has urged, if you have any issues with anybody, please, there is the laws, procedure, the rule of the land is very clear. Do not take action or law into your hands. It's dangerous. It can mess you your whole life.
Yes. Now, we don't normally look at what is happening internationally on Morning Dew, but this is one story that I just have to mention, I have to bring to light. It starts off on page 23, and that is Truth Social. If you're wondering what that is, this is it. After being banned by major platforms, Trump is back with his own social media app. Donald Trump's new... Exactly. Donald Trump's new social media app started a gradual rollout late Sunday and should be fully operational by late March, potentially raising the former president's profile more than a year after he was banned by major platforms. This week, we will begin to roll out to people on the Apple App Store, said Devin Nunes, CEO of the Trump Media and Technology Group, parent company of the new app Truth Social. I don't think I agree with the name, because there's a lot that is on social media that is not true. So Truth Social, really? But then again, I mean, I think Donald Trump stood on what he believed to be the truth for most of the time. For himself. That is what appears to be true for him is what he stood by the side of, and regardless of whether he got banned, regardless of the consequences that followed, his choice to stick to that truth. And so this may be what he is pushing for. I mean, at least I don't think there will be anyone to ban him from Truth Social for his claims or the statements that he makes on the app. So if you are techie and if you are into social media apps, this is one that I think may interest you.
I feel like that's $1 million kind of investment for him. So apart from the socials and everything, there is business in it, and that maybe is what he's after. And still on the world news, just to mention that Queen Elizabeth tested positive for coronavirus after showing mild symptoms. The palace said the Queen has been fully vaccinated and had a booster shot, and there is it's kind of a chart there showing what has been happening in the royal family with COVID. And in March 2020, Prince Charles tested positive. In April 2020, Duke of Cambridge, Prince William tested positive. January 2021, the Queen and Prince Philip have their first jabs, and that continues up to February 20th, 2022, where the Queen test positive. Well, it's a big list there. You'd want to grab your standard newspaper and read through what is happening. And Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison, quote unquote, we wish her a full recovery, and there are few more resilient people than Her Majesty. She has demonstrated that over a long lifetime. We also wish her a quick recovery.
Indeed, indeed. And that has brought us to the end of the newspaper review on Morning Dew. I will be coming back after a short break with my guests, and we will be discussing what is happening politically. And the core of what we'll be discussing today is the high food prices and the high standards of living, and what could have resulted in this. Is it because of the public debt, or are there other factors? Do stay tuned for that conversation coming soon.
I'm Rimo Mugo. I'll be coming back after Kelvin with young people just to talk about youth and peacekeeping. Very vital. So
yes.
It's something you don't want to miss. Stay tuned, and thank you so much once again for choosing Daesak TV as your channel of choice.
Indeed.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in a time. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey Jack! Wake up! Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boys Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of youth.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
We bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mugo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Mtazamaji, huu ni ukurasa mpya. Wahenga walinena, mbiu ya mgambo ikilia,
kuna jambo.
Kweli kuna jambo. Kwa habari kemkem na za kuaminika,
kwa matukio mbalimbali hapa nchini,
ulimwenguni na za spoti pia. Ungana nami Edmond Mwadime,
pamoja nami Faith Nzai,
nami Joseph Ngeti.
Huu ni mwanzo mpya. Kumbuka, Jimbi atawika Jimbi, awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika Jimbi, awikapo atawika.
Jimbi atawika Jimbi, awikapo atawika.
So welcome to Junction View Estate. This is a project that is 100 meters off Moya Makutano Road. The project is ideal for commercial. As you can see, it is a few meters from Makutano town. The plots have already title deeds. Again, the red soil is red soil. The size is 50 by 100, and the plots are only going, get this, they are only going for 1.2 million shillings. And I've just told you, the plots have already title deeds, so all you need is to come see, identify your plot, and then you proceed and transfer the title into your team. When you talk of deposit, come with as little as 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can make a deposit and acquire and own a plot with us. Thank you so much. You can also reach us on this number 0700 048 048. You can also get to our office, Makutano office, just next to Fortune Circle. We also have another office at Keno Town. That's just opposite KCB as you head to Moranga Town. That's a few meters from County Supermarket as you head to Moranga. At Wickred Property Company Limited, we partner with you in actualizing your dreams of owning a plot or a property for a better future. Thank you and welcome.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na Shirika la Afya Duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction. We train a generation of professionals. We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
Je, ungependa kuwa shupavu katika operesheni za mashine kubwa ama heavy machineries? Njoo Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology, shule iliyotambulika viwandani, humu nchini na nje ya Kenya. Njoo usome courses kama plant operator and driving, instructors training, stone cutting, borehole drilling training na nyinginezo. Tuma application kupitia simu, online ama ututembelee Thika Garissa Road, Ogoga Stage. Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology. Tinga is the team.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but nothing at times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a band-aid, please. Hurry.
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boy Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
we bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Walima Mugo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na shirika la afya duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
Je, ungependa kuwa shupavu katika operesheni za mashine kubwa ama heavy machineries? Njoo Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology, shule iliyotambulika viwandani, humu nchini na nje ya Kenya. Njoo usome courses kama plant operator and driving, instructors training, stone cutting, borehole drilling training na nyinginezo. Tuma application kupitia simu, online ama ututembelee Thika Garissa Road, Ogoga Stage. Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology. Tinga is the thing.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but immaculate times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Opal Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, La Corridor.
Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Dew on Daesak TV. This is the Hotspot segment with me, Kelvin Mongai. This is where we basically get to look into matters arising politically and what is happening in the political arena. We get to decipher some of the campaign promises being made and see if they really are implementable or if they are just, well, empty promises. And today, to be able to achieve that, I am joined on set by two gentlemen who will be introducing themselves to you. But before we get to them, kindly remember that you can watch us live on Facebook and on YouTube at Daesak TV. You can leave us your feedback on any one of those two channels, or you can send us an SMS on 23595 or on the number running on your screen. Gentlemen.
Yes.
I hereby pass the ball to you. Your introductions. Let's start with you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm Abel Okelo. I'm from Ranga University. I'm fourth year pursuing BEd Science. Yeah.
Welcome very much to
thank you.
Hotspot.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, how are you, Kevin Mungai?
I am fine, thank you.
I've been longing to meet you, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Muchiri Martin.
I'm
a student also with interest in politics and governance and leadership. I think that's much I can say at the point about me. Yes, I'm so grateful to be here today at the cradle of goodness.
Well, we are happy to, or rather, let me say honored to host you to. I have been looking forward to this conversation ever since I was told that you're both coming in. So let's start with the public debt, which is something that has made headlines on the dailies today and also on social media.
Yes.
So is public debt what has resulted in the high cost of living? Bonokeo.
Yeah, it's true that public debt had led to the high cost of living because at times if you have to have that much debt, it means that you have to increase the prices of commodities, some of which are very important in our daily life. For example, sugar, bread, and so on. So basically, you have to pay that debt for you. I mean, you have to increase the price of this commodity to achieve your target of paying the debt. So indeed, it's true that in case you have any increase in public debt, there's automatic change or increase in prices of food and any kind, be it electricity and even the fuel. So basically it is true, because you can't say that if the public debts are very high, then we expect that the price of, of sugar, of bread, and any essential commodity that are very important in our daily life to go down. So basically it is true. I can't deny the fact. That's the fact. Yeah, it is true.
Bona Martin.
Yes.
There was a time when the president was trying to justify taking these debts to build infrastructure.
Yes.
And he basically said, and of course I'm paraphrasing, this is not quote unquote,
Yes.
I am paraphrasing, but he basically said something along the lines of, if farmers can get their produce to the market quicker, then the prices of this produce will be lower. Why is that not happening now?
Well, Asante, let me tell you, yes, the president can justify that. Building building roads and all those mega, infrastructural projects
will ease the farmer, will ease the farmer the transportation of goods, our produce to the market. But let's look at it like this. When you borrow all that money, commercial loans, and put all of them in infrastructural projects, what have you been left with for others? Because what according to me, development, it's not all about mortar and earth moving. Those big projects. No, I don't think so. And when you talk about in the same sense of roads, I don't know. There is also SGR. I know he tried to justify it. SGR, is it the same SGR that Chinese have been controlling from ticket clerks down here? The work which should be done by our Kenyans, jobless Kenyans. You see, so according to me, I don't know. I can refute that justification by the president. I'd say that he borrows, or rather, the government borrowed for development polemics. No, I don't think so. Not entirely, though. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Let me disagree a bit, Kelvin, with my friend Yamushiri.
Yes, please.
You are talking about big project like roads. I mean you are against them. If you take them, you should not insist on, maybe developing this big project. But you see, for us, for a country to maybe move these resources from the shamba, whatever, to a given point, we need this project. We need road to transport this thing. We need that SGR to move from maybe Mombasa to Kisumu or Mombasa to Nairobi. But we can even see that this means of transport, has at least reduced the fare that we normally use in moving from these two places. So basically, when you say that we can't move from, we can't increase the means of transport, so that being that you have debt, I think that's the first point we should start from. Once you have a given amount that's allocated for a given purpose, we should look at how are these resources going to move from the reserve to the city. So basically, you can't say that if we have a certain money, we should not construct road, we should not do more in infrastructure. This country infrastructure is more important than any other thing, because there is whatever is being achieved from one point to another.
Let me try to write what I said. What would the farmer require more? Roads, rails, or enabling? The farmer would wish to access farm inputs, like seedlings, insecticides, those things, easily at an affordable cost. You see, and that is how we can. You see, our budget is usually debt funded. You see, but when you empower that farmer from down there, it means that with time we'll be able to reduce those debts and fund, locally fund those projects. But when you entirely borrow to fund those projects, no, I think there he missed the point. Yes.
Now, I have two questions, one for each one of you. Bonaokeo,
yes.
Is the high cost of living justified by the infrastructure the development of infrastructure that we have seen in the country? And Bona Martin, will this infrastructure ever get to a point where it pays for itself, or will the cost of living have to be sustained at a high level, at such a high level that it becomes, unaffordable to most Kenyans? Let's start with you, Bonaokeo.
It's okay, thank you. So the first thing we are talking about is, if I have a match, you can have debt or you can have money. So it's either the debt or the money you have at cash without that debt. But the fact remains that we must develop this infrastructure. You can't say that the development infrastructure has led to the increase in debt. But you see, we need this infrastructure to enable us to transport our resources or to access various places. See, so without road, you can't access various places. Without a very maintained and a standard roads, you see, you can. It's a very high chance that you can access anywhere. You can get any resources wherever you want it. Yeah. So it's not that when you have debt. I mean, if you develop more road or infrastructure, it's true that it leads to the increase in debt. Not necessarily that, because you can decide to leave this road aside or whatever this infrastructure aside, then you do other things. But at the end of it, it's just debt. So basically, when you do any development, you'll find that you'll get into this development. Whatever, I mean, assume you want to buy a chair, you have debt. You see, it's not a matter of having the road, the infrastructure, and so on. Basically, you're using this debt. Yeah, you're using this debt to do all these things. So me, what I'm insisting is this: you can't say that you are using debt to do other things, then you live along this, this infrastructure. They are very, very important. Remember, for me to move from a given place to this point, I have to use roads. Yeah, without them, maybe I will have not reached this point. Yeah. So it's just a matter of balancing this thing and finding a way of maybe balance the debt that you have and utilizing in a better way. Yeah. Basically, if you balance it, it's fine. Yeah. But remember, we should not insist in debt so much, because still you can have money at hand. You know. Yeah.
Is currently the situation as is? Would you say that it is balanced?
It's not balanced that much, but I think the president did put more on infrastructure than maybe other things, because he, in a sense, as far as I'm concerned, he sees very clearly that when you develop a country, as far as infrastructure is concerned, I think that country is at par, more so with the more developed country. You know, if you look at various countries, like the country in the Europe region, find that they are more developed because of infrastructure. So I think the president look at that point, and once you develop this infrastructure, I mean the road, railway, and so on, the country is more developed. Yeah.
Now, Bono Martin.
Yes, I think I need to reiterate.
Yes, please do.
And say that I said that if we empowered that farmer from down there, these are big projects, okay? The infrastructural projects can fund themselves with time, and that would lead, in the long run, would lead to reduced borrowing, okay? Yeah, so and that is what I said. If I got your question right, you're asking after how long I think these infrastructural projects.
Well, not necessarily a timeline, but will they pay for themselves? And if yes, then how? Or will the high cost of living have to be sustained until we pay back the debt?
Yeah, of course, with time. But yeah, after some time, after a long time. And that is if we do not continue borrowing too much. And the only way you can do that is to empower that person down there, okay? It's the only way to have a strong foundation, economic foundation. But the way we are right now, no, I don't think it will be soon. I don't think they will be sustaining anytime soon. Yes.
Oh, well, right. So, still on the point of empowering the farmer that is down there, there is this story that is in the Daily Nation. If I can only remember the page, right, here it is.
Yes.
So are you then in support of the Kenya Kwanza's proposals on the budget, where it says that what Kenya Kwanza wants is to allocate 5 billion shilling subsidy to lower the cost of fertilizer and 2 billion shillings for drought mitigation, increase allocation to counties to build to 495 billion shillings from 370. Do you think then that this will do what you're talking about, that is the empowering of the person down there so that he can have an impact at a national level.
Exactly. I think so. And that is the way to go. And if that is what we've been doing since 2013, the debt level wouldn't be at this level right now. I mean, that farmer, if we only empower that farmer, you see, about farm inputs like fertilizer. We used to, the farmer used to buy a 50 kg bag of fertilizer at, I think, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000. At this moment, it's at, it starts at 6,000. You see, that means that that farmer, take for example, a farmer in Joro or Nyandaro, farming potatoes. That farmer has to buy several bags of fertilizer. You see, plus insecticides, those herbicides. Now and then, we are in that time that the market is not so promising. Now, how much profit would that farmer get from that? You see, so I think the proposal by Kenya Kwanza, I would support that fully. Yes.
All right. Just very briefly before we have to take a short break, Bwana Okeo.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with it. But at the end of it, you must understand that this is all about politics. It's all about promises, which we can't say that they will be fulfilled in one way or another. But if these proposals are fine and they can be in a position to make them go through, I think I'm in agreement with them. But one thing you have to understand, Kelvin, is that as far as I'm concerned, yes, they're good. But to what extent are they going to be fulfilled? To any point, maybe if you decide, of course, to elect the Kenya Kwanza troops, are they going to be fulfilled? Remember, we've had politics previously, and these people have been talking about promises every now and then. They're not being fulfilled. So, when you have, when I say that I'm going to give you 5 million, that promise is fine. But until then, I fulfill this promise, then it's null and void. It's not there. Yeah. So you can't agree on something that you've not seen until it happens, and you see this thing happens. Then personally, I'm in agreement with them.
Okay. Just briefly, yes or no? Based on how the state of the economy is right now, is it possible for that to be implemented? Just yes or no?
No.
No.
Let me
we will. That is the point that I wanted us to take a break at, because I knew that you would have something to say about it. So we'll be right back after this short break.
Yes, thank you.
Nakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami, nataka kujua kuendesha.
Wewe wachana na Gasheri. Sasa unauliza Gasheri nini?
Nakwambia makosa hii kazi ni ya wanaume.
Wachana na Gasheri. Gasheri soma.
Nini huelewi hapa?
Hata kazi za wanaume ni kama za wanawake.
Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa mama alipogundua bintiye anajifunza plant machinery operation. Lakini kwa sasa amejawa na tabasamu.
Hey, mwanzoni msichana wetu alipotuambia anataka kusoma mambo na matingatinga. But at least today we know better.
Sure. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. Mabingwa katika ufundishaji wa kuendesha magari na matingatinga ya aina yote.
Tumefunza kwa miaka mingi, tumefunza watu wengi, wengine wameajiriwa na wengine wamejiajiri.
Utajijenga na tujenge taifa letu. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari ulizopewa au tutembelee Thika along Garissa Road. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School. The Kenyan way for Kenyans.
Royal County College of Technology. We offer the following courses: business management, accounting packages, social work, community development, secretarial studies, ICT, ICDL, computer studies, among others. Visit our website at www.royalcountycollegeoftechnology.co.ke. Call us on 0799 256 357 or 0733 756 060. Email us via royalcountycollegeoftechnology@gmail.com. Registration is ongoing. Train with the best to become the best. Royal County College of Technology, modeling excellence.
So welcome to Junction View Estate. This is a project that is 100 meters off Moya Makutano Road. The projects are due for commercial, as you can see. It is a few meters from Makutano town. The plots have already title deeds. Again, the red soil is red soil. The size is 50 by 100. And the plots are only going, get this, they are only going for 1.2 million shillings. And I've just told you, the plots have already title deeds. So all you need is to come, see, identify your plot, and then you proceed and transfer the title into your team. When you talk of deposit, come with as little as 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can make a deposit and acquire and own a plot with us. Thank you so much. You can also reach us on this number 0700 048 8048. You can also get to our office, Makutano office, just next to Fortune Circle. We also have another office at Keno Town. That's just opposite KCB as you head to Moranga Town. That's a few meters from County Supermarket as you head to Moranga. At Wickred Property Company Limited, we partner with you in actualizing your dreams of owning a plot or a property for a better future. Thank you and welcome.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but nothing at times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey Jack! Wake up! Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boy Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of youth.
Hello and welcome back to the hotspot happening on Daesak TV. Do remember that we are live on YouTube and on Facebook and on daesaktv.com, and you can leave us your feedback on either one of those platforms or send us an SMS on 23595 or a WhatsApp message on the number on your screen. Now, before we went on break, we were talking about the high cost of living. And we may have left the conversation at what I think can be called a cliffhanger, because Bwana Martin, you had something to say about Bwana Okeyo's comment.
Oh yeah, you left me in abeyance. Yeah, yeah. At least we can agree. The reporters, he can agree with me. But let me add on to that about agriculture and the proposals by Kenya Kwanza Alliance. You know, the DP has been a Minister for Agriculture in this country, and I believe that you know the ropes around agriculture in the nation. So when they talk of and they talk of subsidizing subsidies for farmers. I'm sure, yeah, I believe in him. That is what he means, and that is the way forward. It's the only way to develop a strong economic foundation from the bottom, yes, upwards. Yes, because this what is it called? This trickle down has failed. Has failed since time immemorial. It has failed. You see, I think it only happened in this Asian, Southeast Asian economic tigers. Those Malawi, no, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China. It can't work here. Yes, I think it's time we have a new conversation, and for upward social mobility, which calls for upward for a paradigm shift.
Yes, and why do you believe that model cannot work in the country, in Kenya?
Because we have tried it before. That is what we've been doing. Apparently, the money doesn't trickle down. Actually, it doesn't. It doesn't reach to people like me and Okello. It doesn't. So we need to change the conversation. It's the only way. Yes. To have a stable
Kevin,
economy.
let me just correct.
Yes, please.
You are talking of we should come up with a new model, but are we having a new model with new people? The same people who have been in the government. It's not a matter of having the new model. It's a matter of who is pushing for this new model. Remember, I've said I can give you a promise of this, but is it fulfilled? Who is going to push for this model? Is it the same person who have been in the previous government? Or is the same is a person coming from a different event? If the same person who has been in the government, then forget it, my friend. That's the truth. Forget it. Because, Calvin, when we talk about coming up with a new model, it's good. I'm in agreement with it. Because I can also decide to come up with another model. But if you're in a vehicle, the driver is the most determinant person of each and every kind of life that's in that bus. But if you have a driver who cannot take care of this life, I tell you, whether you come up with which kind of model from heaven, from God, my friend, it will never work.
Talking of the person on the steering wheel, the current person has failed. He has failed. That is why his conductor is determined to use another model. Yes,
and while we are still on the topic of I believe that we are talking about leaders and not conductors and drivers.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, metaphorically. Exactly. So while we are still on that topic of leaders and the government, some are blaming what they call poor governance by the Jubilee-led administration, especially in the second term, on the absence of an opposition. So could this have resulted in what we are now seeing, and that is the high cost of living and the ballooning public debt? Bonokel.
It is true that a government needs position for it to work effectively, and to make to see the oversight, to be oversight of the government, whatever the government is doing, for a country to achieve its maybe its targets. I don't know what you mean by the opposition was not there, or I mean, as far as I'm concerned, we had opposition. Opposition was there.
Who was the head of the opposition?
Exactly, Raila Amolo Odinga.
Oh,
exactly.
But some claim that he joined the government and was therefore no longer part of the opposition.
You know, if you are saying now that that Raila was in the government, which position did he stand for in that government? Was he the president? Was he the deputy president? Or was he the prime minister? And he was one of them. Who knows? Who have the exact thing that this person was in the government? Or was he in just the government like that? As far as I'm concerned, Raila Amolo Odinga was opposition leader. And the fact that this person brought handshake, I think that he saved this country. You know, immediately after the handshake, most of these people said that the person have joined, you know, the government. But you see, after the 2013 election, this person saw the country going in a different direction. Remember, previously you could see that the map of there's a division in the country and people were parting ways. So this person as a leader, a Democrat leader, a leader of vision, a leader who have fought for this country, and he needed this country more than any other person. He decided to at least to bring peace in this country. I think that was all about the handshake. Not basically getting into the government, you see. So they just wanted to have peace and, you know, bringing Kenya together so that the nation can move as one. Not basically, there's no a single day that Raila said that he's not opposition leader. He still remains the chief opposition leader. Yeah.
But just one more question before we go to Bwana Martin. In the first term, Honorable Raila Odinga was very, very vocal in criticizing the government. But in the second term, he sort of mellowed down and was not as vocal. Was he really still in the opposition?
Remember, I still stand at my idea that Raila still remains the opposition leader. From 2013, let's leave alone from 2017, let's leave alone the 2017. He still remains the chief opposition leader. So, you know, it's not just a matter of criticizing everything. You know, as a leader, you must also see that this point is fine, that this point is good, you see. But remember, Raila has been the opposition leader. It's only that there are some people who are now overtaking his role and starting to play this role as early as possible, which is, I think, as far as my opinion, is not in order. Yeah. Yeah.
Bwana Martin,
Yes.
maybe before you answer, would you just kindly reveal the microphone so the audio can be clear? Now, first of all, do you believe that in the second term of the Jubilee-led administration, there was, let me call it, an active opposition to the government?
First, let me say this from what Okello has finished with. How is Raila Amolo Odinga an opposition leader at the moment, while in bed with the person he used to criticize before from 2013? I wonder how. You see, he's about almost carrying Jubilee's economic sins. You saw yesterday insinuating that Kenyans are barking like dogs from that hashtag. How is he the opposition leader? I think according to me, right now, the deputy president is the de facto opposition leader. That is what I think. Actually, that is the person who is progressing the interest of Monanchi, not Raila Odinga. So how Raila Odinga literally abandoned Kenyans for his own selfish interests, purely personal aggrandizement.
So in short, you mean he doesn't have the deputy president?
No, the deputy president, you see, he served under the pleasure of Uhuru Kenyatta, but he felt that he wasn't utilized. So what would you do when you feel you're not welcome in a place?
But
you keep aside.
But you are in
you keep aside.
Bonokeo, just a minute. Has the deputy president still been working in the second term of the Jubilee-led administration, and does he deserve the title of the deputy president?
Yes, he deserves, because he hasn't been sacked, which he cannot be sacked, and he hasn't resigned, which even if that would be his decision. Okay, so he's still the deputy president.
Okay,
and he'll until 9 August. Yes.
Okay, Bonokeo, a reply to Bwana Martin, and two, is the deputy president still the deputy president despite claims that he has not been working since the handshake?
You know, Kelvin, just have two questions to my friend here. That you know, you are just contradicting yourself. You're saying that deputy president is feeling for Kenya, you know, but this is the person who is in the office, who was elected to hold that office. He has the constitutional right to do whatever he can to help the Kenyans, and yet you are saying that this person is the opposition leader who is feeling for Kenyans. This person is being paid salary each and every month to perform his function, to ensure that Kenyans are well, are doing fine. But now, if you're saying that, yes, he's the deputy president, at the same time, he's in your own house, you're saying that you feel like, you know, you can't perform your duty, then why was he elected? Well, therefore, you conclude that this person doesn't know his duty.
Let me tell you, the deputy president wasn't elected. It is the president was elected with his deputy, you see? Okay? Because when you elect President Kenyatta, it goes without saying that, because that is, you see, it's not like in the past when you could elect president, the president, and vice president. Okay? Right now, it's about presidency. When you elect the president, you elect both of them. Yes.
So we did elect deputy president.
Kenya, you see, this is what I mean. When you say that he was elected, that is exactly what I'm trying to refute. Whether you elected deputy president, you ticked along his name.
But you can't elect president or deputy.
Yes, yes. Let's give him a minute to finish his thoughts, then I'll give you a minute to reply.
It's okay. I mean, it's presidency. Presidency, it means both of them, the two of them, president and the deputy president. Okay? That is why he can't sack him unless he decides to resign. Okay? Yes.
Okay, Bonokeo.
Yes. So, I think the fact remains that deputy president was elected to perform his duty. Constitutionally, is still the deputy president.
But has he been performing the duties of the deputy president?
As far as I'm concerned, this person has not performed his duty for the last 4 years. Basically, I don't understand. I think my friend here can tell me why is it that deputy president has not performed his duty and yet he has been earning salary.
Let me tell you what happened.
Because constitutionally, no one denied no one denied the deputy president his role. No one. And there's not even a single point that maybe the president said that this is the deputy president from this date. So why has he not performed his duty? And why you say that this person has just moved from his own house, where he has been given all the mandates, given all the role to do whatever he can as far as constitutionally he's given these roles.
You see, President Kenyatta is a supreme president. On the onset of a handshake, he transferred, because that's how I can put it, he transferred the mandate meant for the president to another, I don't know, nefarious committee led by Kibisho. So what would the deputy president be doing in his office when he has no portfolio, technically? Okay? That is when he decided to push for interest of Monanch, like opposition should have been doing. Yes.
So the deputy president then has actually been playing the role of the opposition, while his role has been played by what you call a nefarious committee.
Yeah, I can put it that way, but still, it is important. Don't lose that. He is still the deputy president. Yes, championing for interests of Monanchi. Okay, that's the point. Don't lose that.
Just to answer a question, who denies the deputy president his role? Is it the president, or is it the constitution? And who gives this the same deputy president his role? Is it the president or the constitution, or any other person? So it means I can also deny the deputy president his role. Then if that's the case, then it means this person slept on maybe on his work. Because if I give you a role to perform, maybe by the constitution or whatever, and I believe it is the constitution, if I give the role to perform this work, basically it is you to ensure that you mandate to this work. So if it means that you are saying that you are denied this role, so it means at one point or another you slept. So do you need that kind of a person?
Well, gentlemen, yes. we have to be making our final submissions. Okay. Kindly, Bwana Martin,
yes.
With your final statement, include also your final submission.
And I have to say that I have to add on that about the deputy president. The deputy president loved this country and put the interests of this country before his. That is why he avoided any kind of tiff between him and the president, under whom he had the pleasure to serve. Okay, otherwise he could have used that constitution to defend himself, and that would have caused a lot of chaos. That one I can say that. As I finish, I would like to thank you for hosting me here. I'm looking forward actually for another time. Yes.
Me too.
And I have a message to the youth folk out there.
Yes, kindly do.
My people, we are in a octane political season. I would like to urge you, all of you, to uphold peace in harmony everywhere from the 4 cardinal points of this country. And remember, you form the large part of voters when it comes to voting in the general elections. You will have a bigger voice. So make sure that you keep updated to the current and emerging issues in the country, so that on 9th August you'll make the right decision. Yes, so thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Bwana Martin. Bonoke, your final statement, and in it, along with it, your final submissions, please.
Yeah, basically what I want to say is that we are nearing the electioneering period, and it is high time that we maintain peace, and more importantly, to elect leaders. The leaders who will transform this nation, the leaders who have indeed have some records. Basically, you can see that this person has worked for this country. Like Raila Amolo Odinga, I will not desist from saying so, that this Democrat, this person who will bring the devolution, his IGMA, Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, the only and the only one, the 5th, that we elect this guy so that he can change this country. I believe that if given even one term, this country can be changed to maybe to like the European country like America. And I believe that we will enjoy in this country. So let's vote for the 5th and hashtag the 5th. So maybe basically, personally, I'm also going to vie for the MCA in our ward. That is East Seme ward in Seme sub-county. Yeah, that's where the Professor Nyanganyo comes from. So I'm going to vie for that position, and maybe to just encourage my fellow youth that the time has come for us to stand and wake up for this country as we ensure that our elder, who is our dad, being in the president part, let's also get out and vie for this position. Why am I saying it is youth? Because youths can change this nation. Youths understand the challenges that a fellow youth goes through. Youths understand the challenge that their moms goes through. Youths understand the challenges that their grandpa and grandma go through. So I believe that youths are still have energy, and this energy, if well impacted in this leadership, I believe that I understand that these people can for sure change this nation, and this nation can be placed at a better position.
Indeed.
Yes, but remember, bottom-up economic model, it's the only realistic model that can propel this country forward. Thank you so much.
We have to end this segment. Wairimu Mogo is coming up next with let's talk with Wairimu, but we have to get the two of you back here very, very soon.
Thank you.
Because
thank you.
as you were making your final statement, I saw Bwana Martin disagreeing completely with you. So we will have these two back here again very soon. And that is it from me on Hotspot. My name is Kelvin Mungai. We'll be coming back with Wairimu to sample some of the feedback that you have left us on our social media pages. Do stay tuned.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but nothing at times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boys Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Out on important information, worry no more.
Here at the Daesak News Desk,
we bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance and realness. I am Boni Gaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wairimu Mogo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na shirika la afya duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
Je, ungependa kuwa shupavu katika operesheni za mashine kubwa ama heavy machineries? Njoo Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology, shule iliyotambulika viwandani, humu nchini na nje ya Kenya. Njoo usome courses kama plant operator and driving, instructors training, stone cutting, borehole drilling training na nyinginezo. Tuma application kupitia simu, online ama ututembelee Thika Garissa Road, Ogoga Stage. Kilimambogo Highways Building and Technology. Tinga Tinga is the thing.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Kasani nakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami.
Do you believe in love at first?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Every morning as you set out for the day, we are right there with you. We bring you a review of your dailies as well as keeping you in touch with your current affairs.
We discuss issues affecting us as well as entertain you as you set out for your day.
So join me, Kelvin Mungai,
And I, Wenimu Mugo,
every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
only on The Morning Dew Show here at Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Kasani nakwambia hii kazi ni ya wanaume. Twende nyumbani. Hapana mami, nataka kujua kuendesha.
Wewe wachana na Gasheri. Sasa unauliza Gasheri nini?
Nakwambia makosa hii kazi ni ya wanaume.
Wachana na Gasheri. Gasheri soma.
Nini huelewi hapa?
Hata kazi za wanaume ni kama za wanawake.
Hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa mama alipogundua bintiye anajifunza plant machinery operation. Lakini kwa sasa amejawa na tabasamu.
Hey, mwanzoni msichana wetu alipotuambia anataka kusoma mambo na matingatinga. But at least today we know better. Sure.
County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School, mabingwa katika ufundishaji wa kuendesha magari na matingatinga ya aina yote.
Tumefunza kwa miaka mingi, tumefunza watu wengi, wengine wameajiriwa na wengine wamejiajiri.
Utajijenga na tujenge taifa letu. Tupigie simu kupitia nambari ulizopewa au tutembelee Thika along Garissa Road. County to County Plant Machinery and Driving School, the Kenyan way for Kenyans.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot. He has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in a times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Opal Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Welcome back. This is Let's Talk with Wairimu here at Morning Dew at Daesak TV. Thank you so much once again for choosing Daesak TV as your channel of choice. The conversation today is about peace and the young people. Of course, it's a vital conversation that we need to have, especially in this electioneering period where young people are being used as tools for violence among many other things. So in studio, I have a gentleman and a lady here. So kindly introduce yourselves.
Okay, I'm Stephen Kafwe, an ambassador of peace.
Caroline Gavatwa, still an ambassador of peace.
Wow, all branded and looking
yes,
beautiful. I love the brand.
Thank you.
I stand for peace, right?
Yeah.
So when we say you stand for peace, what exactly do you mean, especially for young people?
When we say we stand for peace, we mean that we want to start on that center that we advocate for people to live peacefully and not to fight because of the political issues that arise. We are calling out for the youths because we know we are the youths. The old people won't go out there and fight. We are the one who will be contacted to go and fight your friend. But we want to tell them, you have a choice. Let's start for peace. Let's stay peaceful. Yeah.
So is this a movement that has come up during the campaign, or it's something that you've been doing?
Let's say it's a voluntary group that we came together and saw that at this time we saw what is happening and it's not yet still time for elections. People have started arguing, fighting. We have seen cases at Keno, and you find that people need to be made aware that there is need for peace. I don't have to fight you in order for somebody else to go to power. They just go to power, they benefit. But for us, we are just left there stranded. They won't come back and help you. They won't come and build your house when it is burnt. We'll just say, tukae kwa amani, that's all they would say.
Sure.
And after that, they are gone. Wataenda waishi mansion zao, Nairobi, wataenda waishi everywhere. But they won't come back to where they were. Na wakikuja, watakuja watu toe tu pesa. Umelala nje sijui siku ngapi, you are fighting for somebody who isn't fighting for you. So I believe as youth, we should first of all fight to maintain our community, because that's a very vital call for our success.
A lot of young people are regrouping for different reasons. One mainly is to gain attention and of course to get money from politicians. So why is it important to regroup, especially for peace for young people?
Mostly in our group, all of us have different stands, and maybe we support different politicians. But we looked, after all, we are here together. We are on the ground together. The politicians won't come and stay with us here. They are not our neighbors.
Sure.
But we have different support. But we have to maintain that peace for us to live after elections. Because if we fight because of our politicians, we are going just to part ways. And after that, we won't live in peace. We won't have harmony. You can't even walk out at your house because you fought your neighbor for a certain politician before the elections. So we decided to come together with our different stands, with our different sides we are in, and we form this movement to show the youth, even if you support a certain lead, we are here and we need peace. So that when we came together and decided we stand for peace.
You know, it's interesting when you say you are of different opinions, and I'm thinking, is there that one time that comes and you are like, we wacha, mimi na support you? Is there that one time that comes and at one point you differ?
Yes, we differ a lot because the politicians have different propagandas. They come with different issues, different things they are promising you. So the politician you support has definitely different ideology with the other. So you come together and discuss, and you are like, yeah, the politicians. Sometimes we don't like argue like the physical or fighting physically, but also as we differ. But at the end of it all, we are peaceful. We want peace. When if whatever side you're supporting or whatever thing you want from a certain person, we want peace, no matter the side you are in.
Let's drift away from politics and talk about your students, right?
Yeah.
Partly. Partly.
Yeah.
Let's drift away from politics and talk about conflict resolution as now the bigger peace agenda, where you find that a lot of young people are a bit unable to solve conflict within themselves. So as peace ambassadors, I believe it's not just for politics and elections. There is the bigger maybe dream. So what would be your advice, especially to these young people whom we see in colleges killing one another for relationships and being unable to solve conflict in general?
First of all, as a peace ambassador center, there's one thing we came and discussed, and we said that peace starts internally. The reason why you find that a person will commit something and do something because of, let's say, relationship, they are fighting over something, is because they lack what we call internal peace. And that's where we call upon the mental health. Mental health is a very vital core in maintaining the peace of the community and the personal peace. Without you having the mental health, it means that you won't have internal peace. And as they say, as the Bible say, you produce what you are. So if you are not peaceful inside, there's no way you will find yourself you're peaceful with your fellow person. So one of the things that we advocate for, as I stand for peace, we advocate for mental health. We have sponsors like Let's Talk with Boss Baby. There is other sponsors who stand for peace, who we have come together so as they can help us spread the mental health program all through the country. It's a very, very vital core, and we need to make people aware. Apart from having the peace of the community, we need to come, wanasemanga, they say, to itikisha shetani zetu. Be good with your demons. And from there, you'll be able to have peace.
In terms of your flaws. Mostly, the first thing to solve conflicts is first love yourself. Know who you are, what you want. Now, after that, start when you come to mental health. When you just love yourself, you're at peace with yourself, you'll know what to handle your issues well. Because if you're not at peace, you'll just, anything that comes moves you. When you're told to do this, somewhere you think, doing this is the best idea, you just do that. But when you're at peace, you just sit down and you're like, I can't kill this girl maybe because she has left me or something. I'll just let her go. Why? Because I'm at peace with myself. Maybe I did something wrong, or maybe we had a conflict in anything. You just had to accept that peace in you. First accept who you are, what you want, and just move on with that. Just don't solve your issues with anger, just thinking fast. First, you have to love yourself so that you can be able to control the inner you.
Let's talk about the family setup and the conflict resolution. I know it's almost similar to the relationship in campus, because maybe that's where you are as of now. But let's talk about the family setup and the different people you have. All these are from different kind of setups. So how do you help them as young people to kind of help them reiterate the same to their community?
Okay, family, what I know about family. Sometimes family, when it's come to family issue, it become a hard topic to talk about, because different families, there's different issues. But what I know about family is that there's the need for that peace. It's what we say, charity begins at home. When there's peace at home, the highest probability is even outside the home there will be peace. And in order to help the youths at the colleges and so on, what we do, we learn by seeing, observing. So kwa familia yangu ni wale wase wa kupigana all throughout. Ka mzee wangu ni yule mzee mwenye haambiangu kitu na madhi. Ka madhi wangu ni yule akiambiwa kitu anatoa vita. Situation ka hizo. Hizo ndo situations zenye zitatuleta ile ya mimi hata nikipata dem mimi hakuna kitu naweza niambia. Dem yangu hakuna kitu anaweza ambiwa. So we find that that's where conflict itaingilia from our families. In order we can solve that, we need to let the youth learn. Your family is different from you. Your family, you will leave your family and you start your own family. So it's high time you stand as your own self. Look for your own peace. Like she said, your inner peace is important. So you first of all accept yourself. Yes, nimetoka kwa hii familia. Yes, mzee anakaa hivi. Yes, mama anakaa hivi. But now, hiyo ni familia yenye walianzisha. What about familia yenye nitaanzisha? Nataka watoto wangu wapitie chenye nilipitia. Nataka kupitia mtu mwingine aseme amepitia chenye nilipitia. So it's upon a person, a youth, kuji-accept na useme hivi ndo nataka maisha yangu iwe. It's the first step of acceptance. Ushaji-accept. And now you start to plan on what you want your life to be. Because if you don't do that, what happens is that you will bring those memories, those conflict over to the next generation, which now hurts the coming generation. Yeah.
You want to add something?
Mostly, we are concentrating on the youth, but also our parents, they play a bigger role of creating depressed youths.
Okay,
Let me use that.
Let
me use that one. Because most of our parents, they attack us without even knowing what we are going through.
Yeah.
They want us to follow a certain path, which we can't even follow, even we don't know the way forward, and thus we want the other path. Now when you get out there to the society, you are this person who just wants, even you don't know what you want, you're just there. Everything that comes pushes you away. That mostly the one that, as youths, is due to tutasaidika aje. We just follow because you feel, hapa kuna venye kunaenda, you just go. More your parents told you must go to schools, you do this course, but for you that is not the thing. So you are just there for the sake of your parents. By the time you come out from there, you are not even mentally stable, because that is not what is inside you or what can build the society from your side. So you just do it for the sake of doing it. So initially you won't even be mentally stable, because the inner you doesn't want whatever it's coming from your parents or from the society. So mostly some of our parents push us to the corners of having the mental issues or depression. So also we like our parents to join us to stand for peace in terms of our youth, giving them maybe peace or showing them how to even gain their own peace, and even knowing, like he has said, that the family the person has been raised into doesn't determine the family you're going to have. It's you as the person who is going to to settle and decide the family you want. So your family issues, zikae tu as a family. You stand as a person with your own peace, self-love, you move to the next position. Yes.
And there's something you've mentioned about decisions, like you find someone has gone to school and they have done a course because their parents felt they needed to do that, but that was not like their intention. And along the way then it comes like, hey dad, this was your course, then can I now go do mine? Well, hold on to that thought. I want us to go to decision making, because I feel like a lot of times, or many times, young people make the wrong decisions. Either we'll know the reason, or you'll help me know the reason why young people make the wrong decision. This is Let's Talk with Wairimo here in Morning Dew Show at Daesak TV. We'll be back after a short while. morning.
Good morning. Every morning, as you set out for the day, we are right there with you. We bring you a review of your dailies as well as keeping you in touch with your current affairs.
We discuss issues affecting us as well as entertain you as you set out for your day.
So join me, Kelvin Mungai,
And I, Wairimu Mugo.
every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Only on The Morning Dew Show here at Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but not in the times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boy Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Out on important information, worry no more. Here at the Daesak News Desk.
We bring you up to speed with authoritative, unbiased and factual news as it happens.
Our team goes into the heart of the story
and brings it to you with professionalism, credibility, balance, and realness. I am Bonigaidori, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wanjiko Njoroge, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Judy Chalo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Halima Omar, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
I am Wairimu Mugo, and this is the Daesak News Desk.
Royal County College of Technology. We offer the following courses: business management, accounting packages, social work, community development, secretarial studies, ICT, ICDL, computer studies, among others. Visit our website at www.royalcountycollegeoftechnology.co.ke. Call us on 0799 256 357 or 0733 756 060. Email us via royalcountycollegeoftechnology@gmail.com. Registration is ongoing. Train with the best to become the best. Royal County College of Technology, modeling excellence.
So welcome to Junction View Estate. This is a project that is 100 meters off Moya Makutano Road. The project is ideal for commercial. As you can see, it is a few meters from Makutano town. The plots have already title deeds. Again, the red soil is red soil. The size is 50 by 100, and the plots are only going, get this, they are only going for 1.2 million shillings. And I've just told you, the plots have already title deeds, so all you need is to come see, identify your plot, and then you proceed and transfer the title into your team. When you talk of deposit, come with as little as 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can make a deposit and acquire and own a plot with us. Thank you so much. You can also reach us on this number 0700 048 048. You can also get to our office Makutano office just next to Fortune Circle. We also have another office at Keno Town. That's just right opposite KCB as you head to Moranga Town. That's a few meters from County Supermarket as you head to Moranga. At Wickrad Property Company Limited, we partner with you in actualizing your dreams of owning a plot or a property for a better future. Thank you and welcome.
Bedlam ni dawa bora zaidi ya kuua kunguni. Ina uwezo wa kuua viwango vyote kutoka mayai hadi kunguni aliyekomaa. Haina harufu wala mwasho na inaweza kutumika mahali popote. Bedlam imeidhinishwa na Shirika la Afya Duniani WHO. Ipate kwa Agrovet karibu nawe. Kwa maelezo zaidi tumia nambari zifuatazo. Angamiza kunguni na Bedlam kutoka Kinagro.
This is Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an institute with a difference, teaching with a purpose to produce young men and women of distinction.
We train a generation of professionals.
We offer certificate and diploma qualifications in hospitality management and information technology. Our school is accredited by the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Authority, the TVETA. We are located at Cascades Plaza, Karatina Road, right next to Thika Fire Station. Talk to us today on 0703 777 888. That's 0703 777 888. Cascade Institute of Hospitality, an oasis of excellence.
January intake is ongoing.
Do you desire to turn your house into a home? At Pinto Furnishings, we offer exquisite interior design solutions. Contact us for curtains, shears and curtain rods, wall stickers, wallpapers and wall hangings, beddings, mats, lights, live and artificial decorative plants, and many more. We also offer interior design classes at affordable prices. For more information, call 0710 606312, 0710 606312. Choose elegance, choose Pinto.
You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Welcome back to Morning Dew, the segment Let's Talk with Wairimo. Today the conversation is about youth and peacekeeping, and I'm humbled to be having a team of very young people here who are peace ambassadors, and I feel honored about that. And we've been having the conversation, and that's it. Before we went on break, we were talking about decision making, and I was inquiring about young people and decision making. A lot of times young people make the wrong decisions. Maybe you could assist us, guide us to know how do you help these young people, some of whom you are together, some of whom you are not together.
What I can say about decision making, decision making is I take it as a critical thing that you learn as you grow up. So I think the reason why most of the young people are not making the right decision is because they have been brought up in a setup where every decision that needed to be made was made for them. So unapata umse hana experience ya kufanya decision, hana experience yenye anaweza make decision. So unapata when he come out, tunaitanga akikuja kwa job market. When they are here to the job market, when they are here, they meet people, they have, like, when you join Compass, you get a lot of freedom. Then when you're there, you need to make your own decision. You need to decide what to do. Back then, since primary to Form 4, all the decisions are being made for them. So atakula nini, atavaa nini, everything was made for them. So now they have this chance to make decision for themselves, but they have no experience, they have no knowledge of how to make a decision. So any thought that crosses their mind, that's the right decision. They don't know what's wrong and what's right. So you find that in order to help the young people make a decision, I would like to call upon the parents. It's high time the parents allow the children to start making their decision as little as they are. Acha huo mtoto mpeleke, enda naye boutique, mwambie achague nguo yenye anataka kuvaa. Unaona? Acha ajichagulie nguo yenye anataka kuvaa. Acha kumwambia hapana baba, unakaa poa na hii. No, acha ajichagulie yenye anataka kuvaa. Akichagua hiyo avae, next time aone ikai poa. Asha learn something. Next time atachagua yenye inakaa vizuri. Akienda shule, acha akuje, ati akikuja unakuja kumfanyia assignment. Hapana, let him or her handle that assignment. Just supervise. Unajua, I notice most of the parents crazy wanafanyia watoto wao nini? Assignment. Unapata mpaka mtu akichagua gapa anasema mimi siwezi chagua mtu ajui kufanya hesabu, mimi sitakuwa nafanyia mtoto hesabu. Sababu that's what we have been brought up doing that. Unakuja unasema, "Mom, hii sijui kufanya," alafu kababa acha kujali, nitakufanyia. Acha mtoto afanye. Acha mtoto afanye, make decision yake. Akiingia ka high school, huyo mtoto ako enclosed. High school ni boarding. Huyo mtoto anatokanga shule, anaenda home. Anakaa home wiki mbili. Anarudi shule. So life yake hata nikaa asaki, it's a circle. Anajua chenye anastahili kufanya. Acha make decision. Acha kumake decision akwambia mama nataka kwenda kuvisit auntie. Acha kumwambia hapana sipendi ukienda kwa auntie zako. Acha make. Akienda huko afeel kama Daesak. Next time atasema sitaki kwenda huko. So it's about training them to make decision as young as they are. So that's why you gain the experience. Hata wewe najua. It's about decisions zenye umemake kuna kupatanga unasema ni mistake fulani nilifanyanga ndio maana nimemake right decision size. When you start making those decisions as early as possible, you get to learn how to make decisions. And also to add on that, making the wrong decision isn't wrong.
Yeah.
What's wrong is making the wrong decision twice. Ama kurudia the same wrong decision unairudia over and over again. Just learn from experience and you may make this wrong decision. Yes, as a youth, learn. So that's the only way unaweza kuwa successful. So this is the main talk inakuanga the success of the youth. And if you don't know how to make the wrong decision and then correct that wrong decision, there's no way utaniambia utakuwa successful. No, you need to learn to do that.
To correct wrong decisions ama kubadilisha wapi?
Sana kwanza tunaanza na wazazi. Unajua parents, mtu akiwa mdogo kuna kale sasa sisi tumelelewa na maanti. Si wazazi ati tunajifanyia kazi. But you're supposed to allow huyo mtu isi tunapata naosha vyombo and then anaanza kumwambia ni kazi ya auntie. Unaacha tu sometimes akiamua atafua nguo, just allow them. Just sometimes ukiwa mtu huyu na kanga ni excitement ya kufanya kitu. But when the parents stop you from doing that thing, inakuanga nikaa na kulimit from thinking ama kufanya whatever society unaweza fanya ukiwa nje. Juu atakuleana ukienda kuosha vyombo ama kufua nguo anakuambia ni kazi ya auntie. Ama ukienda kufanya kazi fulani. So it tunage parents, they allow the kids at least to make decisions zingine. They guide them to make certain decisions. Basi asiende ku make decision and then mwambie hapana, unafaa kufanya hivi, unafaa kufanya hivi. Mkae na yeye una guide. Akikwambia nataka kufanya hivi, you just check. Unajua kwanza ana make mistake lakini it's good afanye mistake akiwa mdogo. Yenye huko hapo next una correct. The parents are there. Mwambie make sasa unamweka kwa ile platform ya unamchallenge and make a certain decision. But you are there to guide the kid. Akitoka kwa society after form 4, unajua after form 4 ndio unakuwa fully exposed to the society, not like kukua huko. Hapo ataangalia kwa like enyewe nilikuwa nafanya hivi and then my mom told me not to do this and this. Hadi ukitoka hapo enyewe utakuwa na ile idea ya kuangalia I made a mistake here, my mom told me supposed to go this way. So pia kugaidiwa ni muhimu. Jukua mdogo when you do a lot of mistakes yenyewe unakuanga una learning more. And you always kuja ku learn more after from ukiwa campus.
Sure. I want us to drift away from there and look into some ways young people can use to enhance peace in their small capacities.
There are many ways as a youth. You can stand kwa hiyo nini ya kusimamia for peace. first of all, we are in a global community where we have smartphones, we have social media platforms, we have Twitter, FB, YouTube. And the generation that tuko nayo, most people are considering themselves as a content creator.
Yes.
Let's, ikifika ni time ya kufanya hizo content creator, creating those content, let's do it on the aim of spreading peace and love in the community. I love this guy. I love Jinake, but he's been dancing all over Nairobi, giving out love. That's a sign of he's spreading peace of the world. Siwezi taka kujua tani wa trip gani, mimi namuita Mkenya, because he is a real Kenyan. He doesn't care when makanga, when wapi, yeye anakuja na spread love. Wow. That's what we call standing for peace. Si lazima ufanye vitu kubwa, si lazima organize event kazi ndio tunaorganize. That's small deal. Kuna a saying that we were used to be told tukiwa watoto sana. Ati unastahili ku respect mzee kuliko. Right now, I won't say unastahili ku respect mzee kuliko. I mean respect everybody. Akwe mdogo, akwe mkubwa. Kwa sababu saizi tuko generation ya tuna learn through what we see, and what we hear, what we engage in. Unapata mtoto mdogo akiona vitu violent, that's what I do. Ikiwa mtoto nilikuwa napenda watch wrestle. Nakumbuka kuna kati nilipata yangu suspension. Nilipiga mtoto design ya Mysterio. It's what I see. You see? So, ikifika ni ku spread peace as a youth. Do as little as you can. Patana na watu hapo kwa barabara. People sometimes say I'm crazy. Utapatana na watu hapo ni wasalimie. I don't know you, siwajui, lakini nitakuja ni wasalimie, mko sawa? Kaini na amani. Just that. That's simple word, that simple deeds that you utafanya. They're enough to maintain peace. Na juu, peace is an awareness which you should make all people aware of. Kuna watu by they aren't aware of peace. Amepitia vitu mingi kwa nyumbani, amepitia vitu mingi wapi. So I'm saying hajui what is peace. And just a word, be at peace. Hiyo inaweza mtrigger aanze kufikiria. Am I at peace? So there's little thing, vitu vidogo. Don't see like unataka kufanya kitu kubwa ndo watu wameone. Anza na hiyo community penye huko. Anza na hako katoto kadogo. Anza na huo mali mzee hapo. Anza na youth mwenzako. Live at peace.
Sure.
That's how you start to spread peace.
We live at peace with one another, definitely. Let's talk about joblessness and young people being used as guns for hire, especially in this political arena. How do I refrain myself as a jobless Kenyan youth from being used by these politicians to either be a keyboard warrior or a gun for hire physically?
First of all, nataka kuambia our youth tukubali tu work hard, tukubali tu kutafuta job. So that's one of the weakness. Watu wataki kuchoka. Our generation tutataka tu tukae hapo tuletewe do place tumekaa. First of all, acha tu tukue tu hard work. Tutoke tu kuinje, job ni mob. Watu wale kusema hawana job. You can even buy that pack ya sweet and you get a profit of 100 jioni. So kazi ziko ni venye, they don't want to get tired. They don't want these small jobs, and they're the most paying jobs. So that's when they wataka tu hapo and the politician will come with 1,000, alafu akamwenda uchape Steve.
Pesa ya haraka.
Haraka. 1,000. First of all, jiitikie wewe mwenyewe the situation you are in and start working from there. Usitake something big and yet hujafika hapo. First agree uko kwa ground, uko hapo tu chini una hustle. Ndio ufanye ile kazi unaweza fanya. Even fighting ama kuwa keyboard warrior and gun for hire, you won't be at peace with yourself. Hiyo kitu inakujanga. No, after election, what are you going to do? Unabaki tu hapo stranded. But let's look for something which is long term than going for something which is short term. You utakuja tu ulipo and then story inaishia hapo. Umepiga bishte yako. But youth sana. I'm just urging them at least. Wakwe tu watokeleze tu wafanye kazi, wakubali tu kufanya kazi. That's the main issue. We agree to they have to get out of their comfort zone. Wakuje watafute kazi.
And where do we as the young people stand in terms of decision making for the country? Where do we stand? Go first.
I think, to me, we are past the point yenye politician walikuwa natuambia we are the leaders of tomorrow. And there's a certain books, kumbuki venye naitangwa, it says you don't wait for power to be given to you. You take the power. So I think it's now upon the youth not just to wait for the politician omalize nini chance yao alafu watoke juu washazeeka. Hawazeekangi. When it comes to power, hazeekangi. Look at Museveni, 77, almost 77 years on the seat. Hata zeeka, he's still there. The only thing yenye tamtoa hapo ni kifo. That's the reality of power. Ukishapata power, you want more and more and more and more. That's why most people when they get to power, wanakumbuka kitu kingine. They just want a taste of that power. Nika sweet. Ukishakula sweet ya kwanza, ukikula sweet ya kwanza na kuna sweet zimejaa hapa. Utamaliza hiyo, kaikai unataka ingine. More and more, you want more and more. Utajipata hata umesema kwangu sitakuwa nakosa sweet. Na nimekuja kwa studio nikapata sweet hapa. Tena nimepaketa sweet niweke kwa nyumba. Kwa nikikula. Power is the same as that. The more you take, the more you want.
So you're simply saying that hawatatoka. So it is us as young people to decide that we want this.
And stand together with our fellow youths. That's one place that we make a mistake. When our fellow youths come and say, I think I can make a change. Let me tell you one thing about a youth. A youth is a fresh mind. A very, very fresh mind. Hiyo ni akili yenye inaweza fikiria venye ita stabilize country, venye ita stabilize community, kwa sababu they are at their prime. They are thinking. What they just need is guidance. Now, the people when you work off into power, they need also to take the youth power side here. Kwa sababu a youth, yes, we make mistakes. That's given. We will make mistakes. But if we have the right guidance, we can bring a lot of change in this country. I think the political arena of Kenya hasn't given youth enough chance. And it's upon us as youth to take that chance.
I want you to look into that camera and address them that you say have not given you enough chance to make the decisions of the country as we wind up.
Okay, mostly, I would love us youths first to come together. So that any politicians that will come to ask us or to come to support us, they'll come and find a group of youth. Because when we make decisions as me and him, we make a different decision, we won't be able to move forward as youth. But when you come together and whoever will come to approach us, we are one as the youth, we'll be able to generate or bring up a youth that sees the future or has the future of the country on their hands.
So how do I become part of the movement? I also want to brand myself like you people. A lot of people watching want to look as beautiful as they're looking this morning.
You just have to be ready to fight for peace and join us. It's a volunteer. You are not atujiitisha registration fee, atujiitisha nini. We just want people to volunteer.
Just be ready to spread peace.
Where?
Everywhere.
Around the country. But we initiated here, we started.
Kisumu, yes, it was initiated in Oranga.
All right.
But we want to spread peace across the whole country.
It's a country-wide movement.
Yeah. So anywhere you are, join us. We'll be happy to work this one together.
How about you give them a contact where they could find you and follow up? Or your socials?
Yeah, we have our social media page, Facebook and Instagram, plus TikTok. I stand for peace movement.
Yeah.
So they get you on social media?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so that's the conversation we had. It's about peace and or youth and peacekeeping. And as you've heard it from these young people here, if you want to be part of their movement, it's I Stand for Peace. I Stand for Peace on social media. You can search for them, get in touch with them, and as you do so, also get in touch with us here at Daesak TV. You can write to us on all our social media handles. It's at Daesak TV on Twitter, everywhere it's Daesak TV. Also, our SMS line is running on your screen. Our WhatsApp number is also running on your screen. So get the feedback, and I'll be glad to sample it as we wind up with Kelvin this show. It's been a good time, so I'll be back after a short while.
that there is a natural site on Earth where carbonate mineral left by spring waters made beautiful thermal springs? Pamukkale is a natural site in Denizli province in southwestern Turkey. The name Pamukkale means cotton castle in Turkish, and it came to be when the ancient Greek city of Hierapolis was built on top of Travertine Formation. The formation, which was 2,700 meters long and 600 meters wide, has thermal springs made of snow-white limestone that was shaped long time ago. Dripping slowly down the mountainside, mineral-rich waters collect in and cascade down the mineral terraces into pools below. Legends has it that the formation are solidified cotton that giant left out to dry. Stay in the know with Daesak TV.
There are machines that quietly slip into our dreams. We think about them either consciously or unconsciously. We see them out of the corner of our eyes. Symbols of status the world over. They are the objects of our desire. Cars. We all want to own them for one reason or the other. Here on Accelerate, we give you as many details as you could possibly need to make an informed decision on the cars available to you. We look at the seemingly ugly, the drop-dead gorgeous buju, the brand new, the striking classics, and so much more. Join Calvin Mongai on Accelerate every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Every morning as you set out for the day, we are right there with you. We bring you a review of your dailies as well as keeping you in touch with your current affairs.
We discuss issues affecting us as well as entertain you as you set out for your day.
So join me, Kelvin Mungai,
and I, Welimu Mugo,
every weekday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
only on The Morning Dew Show here at Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Two different people, two different lives. Jack, a hero pilot, he has everything he has ever wanted. But with a past he'd rather forget. On the other hand, Olivia is a teacher, kind, loving, but nothing at times. Two strangers cross paths. Unknown to them, their lives are just about to change.
He's looking for his dad. Oh, he came to the wrong place.
Hey, Jack! Wake up!
Jack is now faced with the challenge of raising a troublesome son. Compromises need to be made.
Give me a Band-Aid, please! Hurry!
Get on board. Let's travel and unravel this love mystery. Don't miss Old Boy, Monday to Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. only on Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.
This is the Morning Dew Show as we wind up here with Kelvin, and just to sample some of your feedback on our socials, on Facebook, on our YouTube Live. And you have feedback on YouTube Live?
Yes, I have some from YouTube. Masai Mkisi says, watching from Mombasa. Wasabi Koko says, I think we will take time as a country to settle our national debt, which is causing rise in food prices. And he then proceeds to say, hashtag lower food prices.
Well, on Facebook, I had seen Kamau Kaimbaga, Wamurithi Ngombe. The show was sizzling. Abel and Mushiri, congrats. Waku. Oh, Waku. Yeah. Kaka Dennis, Shaina Kenya, Embu, Tuned, Asante Sana, Councillor Mwiruri, watching from Muranga Town. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning to you too. And Kamau DK Wakaimbaga also says pamoja. Well, we really do appreciate your feedback and also for joining us this morning on Morning Dew right here on Daesak TV. Thank you so much for watching us on our platforms and well, across the country, I would say.
So thank you so much for the team that has enabled this broadcast to go live. Our producer, our camera person, Miheso, I had to say that. And everyone else that has been involved. And to your viewers, thank you so much. Till tomorrow, have a blessed day ahead. My name is Oremu Mwogo.
And I am Kelvin Mongai. I'm wishing you a fruitful day.
We value your feedback and welcome any comment, query, or complaint regarding our programs. Get in touch with us on 0724 121 812 or email complaints@daesaktv.com. You are watching Daesak TV, the cradle of goodness.